y'all? So I have another tutorial for you guys, and it is on the look that I got going on my face. It is using the new Anastasia Artist Palette. I told you guys in my favorites that I really like the yellow shade, and I was going to do something with it, and I did. I know there are times where I say that I'm going to do a lot of things, and I don't end up doing, or I'm going to film a lot of things, and I don't end up filming. Or not filming, but filming. But to be honest with you guys, I really just plain forget. Like, I don't think I realize some of the things. Like, when I film videos, sometimes I have ideas in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a video on this. And then I'll say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a video on this. And then I just completely forget about it. And then, like, another video comes to my head, and it kind of, like, overlaps that video. And then by the time I remember that I told you I was gonna do the video that I said I was gonna do, it's, like, too late, because it'd be, like, a new product coming out or something. The L'Oreal La Palettes, yeah, that happens. If you guys still want a review on the L'Oreal palettes, then let me know down there, please. But anyways, this tutorial is perfect for those of you who want to slap a set of balls on, step out of your box, and use a little bit of color for the spring and summer months. Because this is not like a bright neon in your face, I know it's a bright ass yellow, but because it's a little bit more toned down and more of a neutrally yellow, it's a lot easier to wear. I do give you guys two lip options in the video. The first one being this bright ass purple lip. I honestly love the purple lip and the yellow eyes. Purple lip gives you a little bit of butter teeth, makes your teeth look a little yellow, but that's all right. That's all right. We can deal with that because we look like badasses. So you can deal with a little bit of yellow teeth if you look like a badass, right? Right? Yes? No? Yes? No? Okay. Anyways, I already have my base and brows done in the tutorial. If you guys like this look, then totes keep watching because here it is. So, like I said in the intro, this tutorial is going to be super easy, but it's going to look like you're a badass and you know what the hell you're doing. Just because of the placement of the shadows, you can wear this if you have a hooded eye, a almond eye, any eye shape can wear this because it is a cut crease-esque tutorial, but it's not super sharp, crazy, crispy cut crease. You know what I mean? So it's going to be super easy to wear, and because you're incorporating color, you're going to look like a badass. So let's just get into it. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Artist Palette today. It is the only palette that I'm going to be using. I already primed my eyes with MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and then I just dusted like a cream shadow over the top just to set that paint pot down. I'm going to go into Dusty Rose, and on a MAC 217, just going to take that shadow and put my brush at an upward angle. If you guys are subscribed to Crispy on YouTube, I watched one of her videos a while back, and she had this technique where you can kind of draw in a cut crease with any brush just by lifting it at an angle. I will never do my eyeshadow differently now. Like, the angle is where it's at, yo. It's what's up. So, just going to take that Dusty Rose and keep my brush at an angle. Where can you see me? Right here. Keep my brush at an angle, and I'm going to put that in the crease and above. I'm putting this above my crease because I have a hooded eye. If you do not have a hooded eye, you could stick this directly into your crease. What is my cat doing out there? She's out there hunting birds. Then with a random clean fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend those edges out. Once you have that down, I'm going to go dip back into Dusty Rose again, and we're just going to build that color up, and using the same technique with keeping our brush at that angle, and basically just using that one side of the brush, you know what I mean? So we're basically just building, basically, that's what we're doing, basically. We're just building that color up. That's what we're doing. It doesn't matter if you get it on the lid because we're going to go over with the base, over the lid with the base, so don't worry about getting it on the lid. You guys hear Pandora on my phone? I have Pandora going as per usual. M&M radio today. Are you guys ever like, who the fuck is this person? Like, one day I'm listening to Jane's Addiction and like Blind Melon. The next day I'm listening to Eminem. The next day is like System of a Down. Now I'm going to take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and staying below the crease with that, I'm just going to stick that right on the lid. And you want to keep this pretty low onto the lid. Then with just a random flat brush, this is like an old ass Morphe concealer brush that I got in that really crappy Morphe set. And then with that brush, you can really kind of sharpen up that crease too, and kind of cover up anything that you fucked up when you maybe came down on the lid with a little bit of color. Then I'm going to go into the Anastasia palette and go into the color Fresh. Fresh with a PH. Fresh, like fat. Fat with a PH. You're not fat, you're fat, girl. PH. Remember those days? Yeah, I do too. Anyways, going to take the color Fresh on that same brush and really get it in there. And we're just going to pat that color on the lid. See, I told you guys this was uber easy. We're like almost done. You also really want to take your brush and the tip of it and kind of really get it in that crease, so that way you're kind of blending that color at the same time, so you don't have like a cut off, you know what I'm saying? So this next step you guys totally don't have to do, but this is the Wet n Wild limited edition palette in Lost My Wristband, and I'm just going to take this kind of pastel yellow color here and just put that right at the inner corner, just to give the lid just a little bit more dimension up in there. This is basically like the same color, just like a shade lighter, so just to keep the inner corner a little bit brighter than the rest of the lid. Now I'm going to go ahead and tightline and do a pretty dramatic wing liner. You could totally just do not any winged liner. You don't have to go as dramatic as I do, but to cut out a little time, I'm going to go ahead and skip through this. So I'm going to tightline, put some wing liner on, and I shall return. So once you have the eyeliner down, that's really going to give you a guide as to where you kind of want that, you know, semi-cut crease or soft cut crease to be. I really like to put my eyeliner down first, especially with my hooded eyes, because sometimes I can't really tell where I want, oh, the hell. I can't really tell where I want like that crease to go, so that's why I like to put my eyeliner. Let's learn how to fucking talk today, okay? Okay. I really like to get my eyeliner down first, because then I can tell kind of where I want to put that crease at, because the eyeliner kind of gives you a guide. So if you have trouble doing like cut crease or soft cut creases, try to put your eyeliner down first, and it really helps. So now I'm going to go into the color Baby I'm a Star with my all-time favorite brush at the moment, the Duo Fiber Eye Brush. If you guys watch my favorites, I mentioned this. This brush is amazing. I freaking love it for doing stuff like this. Like, I feel like, where the hell have you been my whole life? Going into this color here, Baby I'm a Star. And I know this is a shimmery color, and y'all know me, and I'm like, no, shimmer in the crease, but I've kind of been digging it lately. Just saying. So I'm just going to take it on that brush and just real softly dust it right up into that crease area. Good to go. Then I'm going to take that brush that had just a little bit of Dusty Rose left on it, and we're just going to blend those edges right out. And you basically just do that until you've reached your desired depth. So I'm going to go ahead and pop another layer on. Then I'm just going to blend that back out again. And if you fucked up a little and got a little bit of color on your lid like I did, just take your brush and kind of go back over it. If you feel like you lost any of the yellow, go ahead and take your brush and put some more on. And that's like seriously it for the eyes. I mean, besides like the lower lash line, but we need to do concealer and all that. But that's like legit it. How easy was that? And you look like a badass because you got all this colorful makeup on. Now we're going to work on the rest of the face, and then we'll go back to do the lower lash line after we're done with concealer. For concealer, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me in the color 15 Fair. I have been digging this combination of my Maybelline Fit Me in 15 Fair, because as you can see, it ain't that fair on me, and y'all know I like a bright white highlight. I have been digging the combination of this and then my NYX Lavender Concealer. If you are new to my channel, I like to use NYX Lavender under my eyes because I am a pasty bitch, and it brightens a lot more if I mix it with my concealers. It will also, if you have like a yellow tone concealer, it'll tone that yellowness down and make it a little bit more neutral. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in with my Beauty Blender. To set that highlight, I'm going to use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and Diffuse Light. I don't really think that this does anything, but I'm just going to use it on my Beauty Blender. I really have been wanting to like this product, but I don't know. I don't think it does anything, and I'm kind of pissed that I spent $45 on a powder, but that doesn't do shit for me. All these people keep saying, like, oh, I'm gonna use this to set my whole face because it makes my face so glowy and blah, blah, blah. It really doesn't. It doesn't, for me anyways, doesn't seem to be doing anything for me, but I'm using it because it's a $45 fucking powder, and I can't find my receipt. Once that's set, we're going to work on the lower lash line. I'm going to go back into the Wet n Wild palette. You can just use the Color Fresh from the Anastasia palette if you don't have the Wet n Wild palette. And I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner and kind of at the beginning of my lash line. That's nice for me to be in frame during that so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing, huh? Yeah. This would also look really cool if you kind of drug your liner down and made the little point, but I can't seem to do that because I am either too wrinkly or I'm not skilled enough. For the outer lower lash line, I'm going to go back into Dusty Rose on my Makeup Geek pointed crease brush and just kind of dust that along the bottom lash line. Then I'm going to grab my L stamp and liner brush. I don't know. I got this at Kohl's and it kind of looks like the, you know, that freaking... You know what I'm talking about, that Sigma brush that Jaclyn Hill always uses on her lower lash line. It looks like that, and it was only like $5. So I'm gonna go take that into Baby I'm a Star and put that super close to the lower lashes. Then I'm gonna grab that Makeup Geek brush again and just blend all that out. Then I'm just gonna grab my NYX Jumbo Pencil and Milk again and line the waterline with that. And that's literally it, you guys. I mean, it looks like it's super complicated and, you know, like you're a badass because you have like this bright pop of color on your lids. So I'm going to curl my lashes and put some mascara on, and I will be back and we will do blush and bronzer and everything else, okay? My mascara is on. I didn't opt for lashes because because I have hooded eyes, lashes would cover up a lot of the lid color, and I really want that to kind of be the focus. For bronzer, I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Flawless Face Brush and my Revlon Bronzed in Chic. Pretty sure I mentioned this in my favorites. If I didn't, I meant to. This is so awesome. I have been like dying for this bronzer. It's literally like high end to low end, the best bronzer I've ever used. I swear, you guys, I love it. If you have this, pull that shit out of your stash. If you don't have it, try to find it. I know it's like discontinued, but you can always find it at like a second store or like a TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like that. I did want to mention too, I fucking hate this brush because of that. It constantly sheds everywhere. Like I look like there was a dog sitting on my chest after using it. But I love the way it applies my bronzer. It pisses me off that it's such a piece of shit because Bare Minerals brushes suck. But just gonna bronze my face, not gonna do like any kind of crazy contour or anything like that. So I'm just gonna bronze the perimeter of my face. For blush, I'm just gonna use the same brush and use my City Color Be Matte blush in the color Papaya. I freaking love these blushes. Oh my god, if you guys can find these blushes somewhere, they're like $3. And look, they're just freaking gorgeous. The other one that I used in another tutorial, I think it was my spring tutorial, is also gorgeous. The blackberry one. I think I'm going to go back and like legit buy the rest of them. A couple of you guys asked me where I got these at. I got mine at a Five Below, which is like a store where oh my god, I almost dropped that. I dropped the other one and it freaking broke, and I'm still holding on to it. I got mine at a Five Below, which is basically like a dollar store, like everything's below $5. But you could probably get them online, maybe at the dollar store. Try maybe like a Kmart. I bet Dollar General would have City Color for sure, because it is one of those like lower brands like LA Colors or Wet n Wild. It's very inexpensive, but the quality is so good, and the blush stays on like all day. They're so pigmented. Like, hold on, let me just show you guys a quick swatch. Look, Like, could you die? I mean, this was $3. This blush and my other City Color blush are like better than some high-end blushes I have. For highlight, I'm just gonna use good old Mary Lou. She never lets me down. And to apply that, I'm gonna use my dual fiber contour brush from the little what are their names? Real Technique set. I told you guys, man, y'all need to go get this set because it's amazing. Just gonna dust that at the top of the cheeks, a little bit above the brow, down the nose. Take my finger, tip of the nose, that's a little too much, blend it in. Is that too much? Oh, that's right. Finger, Cupid's bow, that's a little too much. Blend that in. Now I look like I have a sweat lip. That's right, those ain't going nowhere. Alright, so as far as lipstick goes, I'm going to give you guys two options. The first option is just something super neutral because your eyes are a little bit more on the bold, bright side. So for the first lip option, I'm just going to use my NARS Audacious lipstick in the color Raquel. In the color Raquel. It's just a really super neutral, everyday, neutral pink. So with this lip, most of the focus is on the eyes and, you know, it's a lot more wearable, but just wait a second, girl. Just wait. For the next lip option, if you really want to get ballsy and bold it out, I'm going to take a mixture of the Maybelline matte lipstick in the color Mesmerizing Magenta and my NYX High Voltage lipstick in the color Twisted. So if you really got balls, you can totally rock this. I just love the contrast of the yellow and the purple. I think it looks awesome. So just do it, girl, do it. No balls. Just put your balls on and do it. I love the purple and yellow combination together. Not going to lie, this is going to give you a little bit of butter teeth. It's going to make your teeth look a little yellow, but that's okay because you're going to look like a badass. Anyways, that is it for this tutorial, guys. This is the finished look. Pose, 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 pose. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you have not, so you can keep up on all of my videos, not just this one. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat if you please, and I will see you guys in my next one.